It's an absolute disgrace. And honestly, we have to wrestle back the power in this country from the clubs at the top of this league.
Sunday night, the news broke that European football, continental football, kind of thrown into turmoil by the news of this breakaway European Super League.
12 of Europe's leading football clubs have come together to announce that they've agreed to establish a new midweek competition, the Super League, governed by its founding clubs. The 12 we mentioned earlier will be the founders, and it's also anticipated, the statement says, that a further 3 clubs will join ahead of the inaugural season, which is intended to commence as soon as practical.
This is a closed shop of clubs that can't get relegated as founder members of their own European Super League, which would guarantee them about £300 million of revenue every season. Those are the sort of numbers that are being bandied about. But those are not numbers that is going to see the money kept in the football pyramid, going to be passed down to grassroots. And if you don't support grassroots football in any country in Europe, football dies.
I started at Cambridge United. Clubs like that will not exist.
Because the money trickles down.
I think it's over £400 million finds its way down to those clubs that need it more than the Premier League. The Premier League want more money.
Seriously, in the midst of a pandemic, an economic crisis, football clubs at National League level going bust nearly, furloughing players, clubs on the edge in League 1 and 2, and these lot are having Zoom calls about breaking away and basically creating more greed. Joke.
And the fact that you were going to do it means you shouldn't be anywhere near football. And the interesting thing is as well, the German clubs, the reason the German clubs are not in it is because German football does not allow business people to own more than 49% of a football club. So 51% of Bayern Munich or Dortmund is voted for by the fans. So they can't get Dortmund or Bayern Munich into a Super League because the fans won't vote for it. And this is how football needs to go.
The players who will play in the teams that might play in the closed league will be banned on playing the World Cup and Euro.
These 6 clubs announced this decision without any consultation with football authorities or with government. Worst of all, they did it without any dialogue whatsoever with their own fans. It was a tone-deaf proposal, but the owners of those clubs won't have been able to ignore the near-universal roar of outrage from all parts of the football community. We will put everything on the table to prevent this from happening.
Look, don't forget, these clubs are not just great global brands. Of course they're great global brands. They're also clubs that have originated historically from their towns, from their cities, from their local communities. They should have a link with those fans.
Is that there are several board members at these 6 clubs who are opposed to joining the Super League, but they feel they do not have the power to stop it. So some splits emerging within the boards of these clubs who are breaking away. But important to state that the owners are still fully committed to breaking away and joining the Super League. We've also been told that the owners were fully expecting a backlash. They knew that their plans were going to be opposed and opposed vociferously, but we're being told, to be honest, they're not that worried about bad PR at the moment. And we're being told also that in general, the owner's view is this, and this is a quote from a board member at one of the 6 clubs. Our primary job is to maximise our revenues and profits. The wider good of the game is a secondary concern.
Each one of us comes from a different country, with a different league, with different issues and different opportunities. But we do try and come up with answers that try to address European football as a whole, not individual markets.
Today I read an article that the top clubs want to do more games in the Champions League or whatever. I'm not involved in these plans, so that's absolute bollocks as well.
Jürgen, not too long ago, you said you hoped there wouldn't be a Super League. What are your thoughts? What are your feelings today?
Didn't change since that. My feelings, my opinion didn't change.
It's all still fresh in the mind at the moment. Have the players had any chance to really discuss it or to absorb it at all?
I don't know. I think it's the same as everyone. There's a lot of questions. You know, I can only say my personal opinion. I don't like it, and you know, hopefully it doesn't happen.
Tell me, did you know that Chelsea were signing up for a European Super League, and how do you feel about being part of it?
I know it since yesterday. But you know, I'm here to be in the hardest competition. That's why I came here. That's what I love, to play the toughest competitions in Europe.